This one's gonna be a doozy. Hi. Welcome back from a small hiatus of mine. Sorry, it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video. 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to post and I didn't get the things that I needed to film in time. I was going to do a cooking video and none of the things that I ordered on Amazon came in on time. And then I got a phone call that I got a surgery date. So I had surgery last Thursday. So last week when I was supposed to post, I had my breast reduction surgery, as you can see from the title. I know this is a little different than what I usually post. It's not really Disney-esque at all, but it is a huge part of my life, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Okay. This video is going to definitely cater more towards people who are looking into getting a breast reduction, who know someone who have gotten a breast reduction and they kind of want an insider look on what their friend or family may be going through, or if you've had a breast reduction and you feel like you're alone or possibly spiraling, which was me yesterday. I want to start out by saying I do not regret getting my breast reduction. I needed it. I had a lot of back problems. I had a hard time sleeping. It was hard for me to work out. It was hard for me to do a lot. It was hard for me to find clothes. And even when I did find clothes, they didn't always fit me the right way because I had to fit them to my breasts and not to my body, which ratio-wise, my body was significantly smaller than most of the clothes that I had to buy for my breasts. So I don't regret it. I'm really happy I did it. The surgery itself, I'm hearing that I had a fairly easy time compared to some people. Thursday the 9th was my surgery. I went in at 6:30. I'll start it. Okay, for the people that are looking to get it, here's what happened. I may break this into two parts because this is kind of a lot of information and I do really want to share it. So we'll start with like pre-surgery. So pre-surgery, I went to my plastic surgeon who was lovely. I'm not sure if she'd want to be plugged or not, so I'm not going to, but she's local in my state. And I went to her, I told her about my problems. They will have you take your shirt off and take pictures, and usually they'll talk to you about what the surgery entails and what's to be expected. And they told me, just from looking at me, that most likely my insurance would cover the whole thing and that they'd never seen someone at my stature not get approved, which if that goes to tell you anything. So I left and I was waiting to hear back from the insurance company. That took a couple months. And then one day they called me, my surgeon called me and she said, Kayla, like, we got the phone call, your insurance is good. Do you want to come in on this date or this date? and the first date is the one that I chose, and I only had like 3 weeks to prep, like, which is not a lot of mental time to get through that you're gonna have like a kind of life-changing surgery. So prep for that. Like, once you have gone and you're waiting for insurance to come, start mentally prepping for the idea that you are going to have this surgery. But also, like, make sure you're mentally ready for them to say, like, maybe your insurance won't cover all of it. Like, I don't know your situation or your insurance, so I can't really tell you how that's going to go, and maybe it's different, but I wish that I had started getting my brain ready for surgery way before that phone call. So 3 weeks go by, and the week before my actual surgery, we do a telemed call, and she's telling me a little bit more about what's to be expected with the day of surgery, and to wear comfy clothes. I wore sweatpants, a really oversized crop top that was like really easy to like I don't really have to lift my hands to get through it, and a zip up hoodie just in case I couldn't get my shirt back on. And yeah, so the telemed phone call, I mean, it was like 10 minutes. It wasn't very long, and it's just telling you what to be expected. They send you paperwork, and you don't find out what time you're going into surgery until the day before your surgery, which is another thing that adds a lot of mental strain. Because, I mean, if you're like me, I'm not, like, when I go on vacation, I'm not an itinerary person, but I do like to know. Like, I like to, I mean, you've seen with my, I mean, maybe, if you're just coming to my channel, hi, but I did a Disney planning video, and we roughly plan everything. Like, I like to have an idea. So this was a lot for me. And so I find out the day before my surgery, I get a phone call, and they tell me 12 o'clock. And then I get another phone call an hour later that it's no longer 12 o'clock and that it's 7:30. So I went in a little bit earlier than 7:30. They check you in, and I was able to go right into a room. Because of COVID, no one was allowed to come with me. So I had my dad drop me off, and he was also the one who would be picking me back up. But I went in, I was really early because I was like really nervous. So I went in at 6:30. Don't do that. Like, whatever time they tell you to go, that's when you go. But I went in at 6:30, and they actually took me in and prepped me around the same time. I wasn't waiting very long. My actual surgery wasn't set until 9 o'clock, but they wanted me to be there for 7:30. So they have you go in. A nurse will talk to you, ask you. I was very excited to get it done. So I wasn't nervous at all. Like, I really wasn't. I was very excited to just get the whole thing over with. I'd been wanting this for a really long time. So I'd come to terms with it already. So I go in, and they have you take off your clothes and put on a gown, and then you will have to pee in a cup, so remember that. But you're not allowed to eat or drink after midnight the night before your surgery. So drink a lot of water up until 11:59, and do not pee in the morning, or else you will have trouble going to the bathroom. But yeah, so they will have you pee in a cup, and they put your IV in. My IV, actually, I still have a little bit of a mark. I don't know if you can. But they put your IV in your hand, which was weird. But I guess because the surgery is like here, they can't put the IV in your arm. You're not allowed to wear any jewelry. No, don't. Honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't bring anything. The only thing you need is your license and your insurance card and the clothes on your back. And I wouldn't bring anything else. I was able to keep my phone until I went into the OR, and then they put it in your bag with your stuff and like put it in a secured location. But the less that you have, the easier it's gonna be for you. Whew. Everyone was super nice, and everyone is like willing to ask your questions or willing to answer your questions. And when they take you in the OR, getting wheeled to the OR is a little freaky. I will tell you that. I was a little freaked, but it was fine. My nurse was super nice. We were just like chit-chatting, and they wheel you into the OR. I had to go from like the gurney bed to a table, which is awkward. I mean, you're like, you're like naked except for this like thing that barely ties. And I don't know. It's a little weird, but you hop onto this thing, and then they put medicine, and it's night until you wake up. So post-surgery, I wake up, and I had like I didn't have a weird reaction to the anesthesia, but when I woke up, I like didn't really know where I was. I got a little freaked out. I had like a mild anxiety attack, and I started bawling my eyes out, which the nurse told me is like very normal. So I was a little like upset and trying to like get my bearings, but they made it super easy to calm down. And I was in, I don't know, I wasn't in a lot of pain when I woke up, but there was pain, so they gave you something for that. And after that initial pain, I'm not gonna lie to you, I really haven't been in much pain since. It's more uncomfortable. Today is Thursday. It's the day I'm posting this video today. So it's been 6 days since 7. Yeah, it's been a whole week. So it's really, I'm trying to think of the word to describe it. It feels like when your leg or your arm falls asleep, but not like pins and needles. It's just like numbness, but not like lack of feeling. It just feels like they fell asleep. I don't know. It's an odd feeling, but it's not scary. It's not painful. I was up and walking around really the next day, but I know that I'm kind of an odd case. I know a lot of people were like laid in bed, so don't take my story and be like, oh, I'm gonna be like doing laundry the next day, like, which I wasn't also not doing. I was just like literally walking. But you're not allowed to lift anything over 25 pounds for I think 3 weeks. So I got off track. Oh, so when you wake up from surgery, you wake up however you may wake up. If you're in pain, they will give you something for that. And once you're settled down in the, I forget what they call that room. Like the recovery room. Once you're in the recovery room and start like simmering down, one of the nurses will have you pee. And once you pee, they go through your discharge stuff, and then they call whoever's picking you up, and you go home. The ride home was pretty normal. you do have to like kind of wear your seatbelt behind you because it's a little uncomfortable. I'm going to, okay, I am going to post a picture of the wrapped bandage. You don't see anything. There's no blood. I think there might be like a little spot of blood on the front, but it's not graphic. But I do, just in case anyone's like a little worried about it, I want to show you. So if not, skip. But if you're looking to get into it, if you're looking to get this done, I would look at it because that's probably what's going to be on your body. So I'm going to post that here. So yeah, as you can see, it's literally just a bandage with like Velcro up the middle. It's a little bit hard to get like onto yourself. Like when I had to change my gauze, I actually ended up having my mom do it because I was nervous of what it was going to look like. So I was lucky that, you know, my mom was willing to help, and so was my husband, and I had a lot of help behind me. So I'm very lucky. All of my friends were constantly asking what they could do. So I recommend like having an amazing, like tell your friends, tell your family that you're looking to get this done, and have a great support system because it is very limited what you can do after this. So the more people that can help, I mean, I can't take out my own dogs. I'm not allowed to for another 2 weeks. So it's very stressful. So the more help that you have, the better. Other than that, I stopped bleeding about 3 days in. I did not have drains put on. I know a lot of people do get drains. I did not have them. So I ended up, all right, like trigger warning, I guess, but like I did end up like kind of bleeding onto myself in my bandages. So my surgeon actually recommended maxi pads. So if you get like really heavy maxi pads and stick it to the inner of your bandaging, it worked really well. It worked a lot better than the gauze did, and I felt that it was a little bit more comfy to wear. So, but you do kind of feel crazy sticking maxi pads to the under part of your boob. Just for you to see my incisions. So like here's my boobs. The incisions go underneath and up to like your nipple area and also around your nipple. So it's a literal like circle of stitches going down into like a half moon shape. Like I said, I'm really not in a ton of pain. Every once in a while I'll like bend over or do something and I'm like, woo, that hurt. That didn't feel good. But other than that, I've really been all right. The hardest part has been nothing to do with the surgery at all, and everything to do with my body image. I'm not confident in myself. Like, I don't look at myself and think that I'm ugly, but there are times now where, like, I was going through all my clothes and none of my clothes fit me right, and I look like my side profile is very different and my front profile is very different, and looking down is very different. So it's, I didn't want to get emotional in this video. Let's give me my first YouTube video where I get emotional. So it's a little hard that when you are plus size and you're used to kind of like being able to hide behind your breasts and like maybe feel like you're smaller because your breasts are so much bigger and they protrude further, that when you don't have that almost like security blanket, you don't realize how you'd feel without it. Okay, I've decided I'm not gonna cry, so I gave myself a second. So I'm still really happy I got it done. I feel better. I feel like everything's gonna be easier. I did go shopping and I bought like an outfit that I knew before my breast reduction I would have never been able to wear because it would have never fit. Like a lot of things I can buy in like straight sizes now because I was often buying to dress my chest and not dress my body, but it's hard. I just want to warn everyone that it's going to be a shock to after, like, you feel gross because you can't move or do anything for like days. So you're in the same sweatpants, the same shirt, and you might have like I had like blood and my bandage, and like I've been sleeping on the couch because you have to sit like sitting propped up, and I can't do that in my bed. So I like slept in between a Squishmallow and like the side of my couch, so I was propped up. And the medicine makes you feel groggy, and I just like, I don't know, you like feel gross. You can't shower for a couple of days, and you come out with like tape all over you, and you finally can like take that off, and you really start feeling like a normal person again. And you put on your real clothes for the first time, like when you feel like really up to it. Like even the first few days that I was walking around, I was wearing leggings and a hoodie. Like I wasn't really paying attention to how I felt or how I looked especially. And yesterday or 2 days ago, I went through a million different shirts in my closet and hated how every single one of them fit. When I knew before surgery, like some of those were my favorite shirts. Like I thought I looked great in them. So that was really hard. That was really hard. It was a really hard thing to come to terms with because you are now dressing a completely different body. This is now like rest in peace to the body that you had the morning of your surgery. And like now you have to learn how to do life in this like new body that you acquired in the matter of hours. Like our brains, like my brain was not ready for that. And I didn't really talk about that enough. Like, and I just wanna like really emphasize that I don't regret getting this done. And I'm really happy. And I know as I continue my weight loss journey that I will continue to like only feel better. But it's been a rough couple of days. So I just wanted to hop on here and say, like, if you're thinking about getting it done, I'm open to talk about any questions that you have, any worries that you have. I'm more than happy to answer them, even privately. If you go to my Instagram, the Little Merkay on Instagram, my DMs are open. I'm happy to answer them. If you know someone who's gotten a breast reduction and they aren't saying anything about it, but you're worried that they might be feeling it, same thing. I'm happy to answer anything. And if you got it done and you can relate, or you're still there, or you're getting out of it, you have tips to get me out of it, We can all go through this together because it's a lot, you know, and even people without breast reductions struggle with body image. I mean, it's everyone. I know it's normal. Guys, girls, non-binary, anyone, literally anyone and everyone struggles with body image. One of my best friends, Amanda, has like really been getting me through it when I like spiral, because she just words everything the right way. Like she's just like, you know, like she's where I kind of got that, like I'm dressing a new body. Like it's still a good body. It's still my body, but it's a whole new ratio of body that some things that I liked before, I'm not gonna like anymore, and that's okay. It's just a little stressful. So, I'm sorry this wasn't really like a fun and magical video. I know, that's usually what my account is. I am going to try to post updates as they come, if there really are any, or if I think of anything else that's really important to be shared. So I am really excited I got it done. I know the second half of this video may not have seemed like I'm really happy I got it done. But I'm very excited. I feel good. I think once I'm able to move a little bit more and work out again and kind of be like more normal, I'm gonna feel even better. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna post my socials, and if you guys have any questions or want to know anything, I mean, feel free to ask questions, and I can even make a second video answering the questions, or I can post a thing on my Instagram. I don't know how much of my following is really going to be interested in this content, but I found this event too big of an event in my life to not post about it. So, yeah, well, thanks for watching, if you're still watching. And I hope you have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye, guys.